Hi everyone, and welcome back to another quick tips video on DaVinci Resolve. And today we're going to be taking a look at how to sweeten your audio using the EQ tools of Fairlight. So we've loaded up a video here ready to edit today. It's a video for another YouTube channel I have here called Study English with Frank. And you'll notice that I'm using a good quality microphone and I have a good Zoom recorder, so the audio that I get right off the card is fairly good. We could probably just get away with using it. Let's take a listen. It is someone who you really like. It might be a really good singer that you... So it sounds pretty good, but we can make it sound a little better. And that is by using some EQ tools, just to make it sound a little bit smoother. And you've probably noticed that when you click on any audio media, the inspector tool switches over to audio, and one of the tools that shows up there is an equalizer. So in theory, we could turn this on and do a little bit of EQ right from the inspector panel. However, the equalizer that you can find over in the Fairlight tab is better, and so I want to show you how to work with that. Before we slip over, I should mention one thing, and that is when you use the equalizer tool in the inspector panel here, you're only going to affect the piece of media that is selected. So for example, if I did an EQ on this section here, turned it on, made some adjustments, these adjustments would only apply to the media that is selected. As soon as it slips over into the next piece of media, the EQ adjustments that I've done are no longer applied to that section. So if you have just one little item on any given channel or audio line that needs help, you might want to use or think about using the EQ tool found in the inspector panel. However, if you want to affect the whole channel all at once, the Fairlight tool is what you want to use, because any adjustments that you make to any point is going to affect the whole channel. And that's important to know too, by the way, because what you need to understand about that is that it's important to have consistent audio before you use the equalizer in Fairlight. In other words, if audio 1 here has audio coming in from many different sources, being recorded by different microphones, in different environments, different quality equipment, and I had them all lined up on audio 1, well, I might make adjustments in equalizer for one section of audio, but they're not going to be appropriate for other audio that I might have if it's coming in from different sources. So it's important to know that if you're using the equalizer in Fairlight, it is going to affect the whole line at once. All right, with that said, let's open up our equalizer tool. We've got it over here in the right-hand panel. Just go down, you'll see EQ here and a little blue line. Note that we want to select the A1 channel. That's the only audio we have is on audio 1. And so we want to select the EQ in A1. Just double click on it there. And now we'll be making adjustments to A1. It shows up here as well, labeled audio 1. All right, so this looks a little intimidating the first time that you open it up, but it's really quite easy to work with, at least for the specific tasks that I want to show you. Today we're just going to show you the quick tips on how to sweeten up your audio. First thing we'll do is turn on band 1 and band 6 to give us a little bit more range. We'll drop 6 down. And then we want to go to band 3 and band 4 and define the Q factor up to more like around 5 or 6. And what we're really doing here, maybe we'll just lift up 4. You'll see that the wave is quite broad there. It's going to affect quite a large area. And we want to define that area to be much sharper, much more narrow. And that's what we're doing with the Q factor. Notice how it changes when I lift this up to 5 or 6. You'll see that it's much more narrow. Now when we make our adjustments, it's going to affect a more specific range of the audio file. All right, let's maybe go ahead and start listening to it. That's the best way to make your adjustments. And so let's just hit the space bar and play our audio and listen while we make our adjustments. You want to let people know that you're not going to join in. The idea is to move this back and forth until you hear the worst modulation along the line. I will not be able to go to the store. I think it's right about there.
And
I will not. And then when you've defined that point, bring it down under the line. That's a good position to take, isn't it? You don't want to ruin your life with drugs. All right, and then we'll do the same with 3.
And night.
Look for that worst part.
The stars are bright tonight.
If you live out in the country, you probably see this every night, these beautiful stars that light up the sky. But if you're living in the city, you might never hardly see the stars. And then 2 usually sounds better if we just lift that up a little bit. Into the countryside, they're amazed at the stars. And that's pretty much all you have to do to sweeten it up. If you want to notice the difference, let's find a section where there's a lot of talking. We can just turn the equalizer on and off with this little red button. Have you ever opened So this is with the equalizer on.
That's how it starts.
And that's with it off.
Beginning of a story.
Can you hear the difference?
It was a dark and stormy night.
So there you go. Just a little bit of effort there sweetens up your whole line of audio. Well, that's our lesson for today. I hope that you found it helpful. If so, go ahead and give it a like. And in the comments section below, let me know if there are some Resolve issues that you are struggling with. Maybe we can do a quick tutorial on that. And if you haven't already done so, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more quick tips video on Resolve, as well as other media skills. So long for today.